have 5 parentheses z plus 2 minus 8. Okay, now what do you think we have to do first? Somebody raise your hand. Colton.
We have to multiply.
Okay, sort of. Tayshawn, what do you think? Okay, Levi, what do you think?
We have to change the subtraction to addition.
Yes. We first have to change the subtraction to addition. So we rewrite the first part of the problem, and we change the subtraction sign to addition, and we do the opposite of 8, which is what, Brandon?
Negative.
-8. So that's the first step. Right, Quade? Did you get that? Yeah, so when I come back there, it's going to be written down, right? Yeah, you're not that fast of a writer. All right, so that's step 1. Now step 2. The other day when we talked about section 7 of chapter 6, we talked about the distributive property. And when we were talking about the distributive property, I told you that the reason we've got another distributive property is because eventually inside your parentheses you're going to have variables and numbers. Okay? And so we have to know what we do because we're so used to having, in the parentheses 4 plus 8, you just put 4 plus 8 together. Well, we can't do that now. So now, step 2, so step 1, change subtraction to addition. Step 2, use the distributive property so that means I've got to distribute the 5 to the z and to the 2. So that's going to give me 5 times z plus 5 times 2 plus -8. So any questions so far? Okay, step 3. Multiply we're going to multiply our constants times constants. So 5z is not a constant, so I can't do anything with that except just write it as 5z. Plus, here's our constants, 5 times 2. What is 5 times 2? 10. Plus -8. Step 4. Use commutative property to rearrange terms so that like terms are next to each other. Okay. Well, are like terms already next to each other? What are the like terms? 10 and -8. Are they already next to each other? Okay. So, realistically, we don't have to do anything there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it so we know that we at least acknowledge that step. Now, step 5. Put like terms together using our rules for adding integers. Okay, so 10 plus negative 8. 10 plus negative 8 is what, Quade? 2. Negative or positive? Positive. So 5z plus 2. Are there any more like or common terms? No. We got 5 zebras and 2 snakes. Can't put them together and say we got 7 zebras or 7 snakes. They don't go together because they're not the same. So therefore, 5z plus 2 is your answer. How did I get what? Right here, I distribute it. Oh, I know, but that's how I got it. I used the distributive property. I distributed the 5 red arrows up there to the z and to the 2. And that's how I got this 5z, that 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is that 10. 5z is that 5 times z. All right. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this one. 6 times 1 minus L, close my parentheses, plus, oh, that's a J, excuse me, that's a J, plus 2J. So I've got the steps listed out for you. So step 1 would be 6 times parentheses 1 plus negative j plus 2j. That's step 1. Okay, step 1 says change all subtraction to addition. So if there's not any subtraction, then obviously you don't have to do step 1. There is here, so therefore I have to do it. Step 2. Step 2 is the distributive property. So I distribute 6 times 1 plus 6 times negative j plus 2j. That's step 2, where we distributed the 6 to the 1 and the negative j. Okay, step 3. Six times 1 is what? 6 plus, there is a 1 in front of that j. So what is 6 times negative 1? No, 6 times negative 1. What, Colton? Negative 6j plus 2j. Okay, so we multiplied our constant numbers together. Step 4. Step 4, we use the commutative property to line up like terms. So I'm going to do negative 6j plus 2j plus 6. I like having my variables. They really want your variables to be first in your problem. Wouldn't be wrong if you did it that way, but it's just better. Ooh, what? You think so? you get to cut your hair if you don't. Hey, curls. Hey, ABC conversation. Do your way out of it. What do you think it is, Quade? Yes. Negative 4J plus 6. Okay. Let me go ahead and, hang on, let me write step 5. All right, negative 4J plus 6. Okay, the reason it's negative 4 is because you have negative 6 plus 2. So we take 6 minus 2, which would be 4, because it's a negative and a positive. The higher absolute value has the negative, so it's a negative 4. All right, I want you to try this one on your own. I'm going to keep the steps right here close. I'm going to do it on the right side. So you have 4b minus 2 plus 2 times b plus 1. Okay, I'll give you a couple of... First step, hey, step 1, change all subtraction to addition. Most of you got this step. You have 4b plus negative 2 plus... Now, step 2. Step 2, we have to distribute the 2 to those. So 4b plus negative 2 plus 2 times b plus 2 times 1. That's where a lot of you made your mistake. You tried to combine the things in the parentheses. You can't. It's a b and a 1. You can't change it. A lot of you are doing this. A lot of you are seeing a 1 in front of that, and you're, instead of going 2 times 1, you're going 2 plus 1. You're getting like a 3. Okay? That's not what it is. There's a 1 there, but it's 2 times 1. So now step 3, we got to multiply those things together. So 4b plus negative 2 plus 2b plus 2. Now we have to use the commutative property. Step 4, commutative property. So 4b plus 2b plus negative 2 plus positive 2. Step 5. Step 5 is combining the like terms. So 4b plus 2b is 6b plus negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So 6b is your answer. You don't have the work. Well, I'm sorry. No, sorry. All right. All right, let's look at this one. Keep working if you're working on it. First step is to change all subtraction to addition. So m plus negative 2 plus 1 plus negative 2m plus 1. There is no distributive property, so don't have to do step 2. Don't have to do step 3 because 2 and 3 are related to each other. Step 4 is use the commutative property, rearrange like terms. So that's m plus negative 2m plus negative 2 plus 1 plus 1. Final step is to combine the like terms. So these two are the same, these 3 are the same. So m, there's a 1 in front of that m, so 1m plus negative 2m is negative 1m, plus negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, negative 1 plus positive 1 is 0. So your answer is negative 1m or negative m, either one of those. Trinity? Because A, in this one, there's no parentheses. So if there's no parentheses, there's nothing to distribute. For you to use the distributive property, you have to have parentheses with two things inside of the parentheses that you're adding or subtracting. Right. Where did I get negative 2m? Right there. You're adding it. It's 1m plus negative 2m. So that's the same thing as 1 plus negative 2. Okay, I'm just taking the coefficient in front of both the letters. And 1 plus negative 2 would be negative 1, and then I'm just bringing the m back down into the answer. Is how I got negative 1m. Okay, your homework. Very short, and we've done most of them. Okay, 15 through 17, and then 22 through 25. Okay, we've done, that's 6 total problems, and we've done 3 of the 6. There?